afternoon or good morning. I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA broadcast studio. And joining me today is Mr. Greg Webb, all the way in from Dallas. Greg is the Chief Executive Officer for Travelport. Greg, welcome.
Thanks, Monisa. It's great to be here.
So we were just chatting, 5 years on board, leading the helm.
5 years, August 1st. Seems like it was yesterday.
Just like yesterday.
It does.
So what is new? What's new at Travelport?
This year's actually been a big year. We started the year by doing a pretty significant debt refinancing and actually had another $570 million of equity investment into the company. So makes our balance sheet look great and really puts our financials in great shape for the future. So that was a big step into the year. I think we really doubled down on our focus around multi-source content. So, the idea, we signed Etihad, Emirates, SAS, Qatar, Virgin Atlantic,
wow,
EasyJet to a new long-term deal. So kind of our view of multi-source content aggregation being kind of the future of where everybody needs to go. So really double down on kind of what we're doing there. We just recently launched some new AI and machine learning capability across the platform, which we think is going to provide really a strong kind of stepping off point for what I think will be, kind of an AI evolution over time for the industry. And then yesterday we launched our 2024 State of Modern Retailing survey that we did and research paper that we did, which I think has a lot of really interesting highlights for where the industry as a whole needs to go in terms of the consumer.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like congratulations. It sounds
Thank
like
you.
You've got a lot accomplished,
a
lot going on, and a lot of exciting things for the future.
Absolutely.
So,
thanks.
artificial intelligence,
Yes.
You kind of touched on that. It's a hot topic across all industries. How do you see AI shaping the future of travel, and how do you think about it at Travelport?
I think it's important. I think there's too much of a focus on generative AI today and natural language search and some of that stuff, which is good. But I don't think the industry needs another chatbot, and I don't think they need another. I don't think they need the ability to talk to the computer as opposed to type in the computer. It's nice to have, but that's not game changing. I think if you look at the complexity that's happened over the last decade, if you looked across the industry in 2010, across all fare classes and across kind of the structure of the fare classes, there are roughly 500 options, give or take. That number's 10,000 now, so a 1,900% increase in the number of options that are just out there, because it's going from economy to first to economy, main cabin, basic economy, business plus, business. It's just exploded the number of options. So if we did what we did in 2010, which was just bring everything back on a search, it'd be unwieldy. It'd be unwieldy for even the most experienced travel agent, but it certainly would be nowhere even in the range of understanding for a consumer. And so what we've introduced is the content curation layer, which is an AI and machine learning system that lives across our search platform. And what it does is it learns over time not just what the options are, but what are the things that are, one, most relevant, and two, that tend to sell the most. So, and not carry by carrier or things like that, but these types of combinations, this type of, on this route, this type of fare service tends to sell more than this one does. And so it curates like that. The problem with that is, while the system's learning over time and getting better and better and better, and we've seen a significant improvement in that and significant improvement in bookability, that doesn't always fit, especially here at GBTA, where you've got corporate travel buyers and that have programs, and you have agencies that need to fit those programs. Sometimes what the system thinks is best don't fit those programs that well. So we created a system called Content Optimizer that launched with CCL. Content Optimizer allows you to go in and customize the way you want CCL to learn. And so putting in your programs and putting in your preferred carriers, putting in your preferred hotels, etc., the system learns over time based on the rules that you've given it. And so putting those two things together really does take that complexity out of it and turns it into a significantly more simple, refined search that's most likely to meet the needs of your travelers.
Wow.
It's exciting.
It is, and I love it. And you're so smooth, and you know this stuff, which is, I'm impressed.
Oh,
Very
you.
impressed. Modern retailing has become a phrase in the industry, and is one of the first companies to coin the term. What does it mean to Travelport?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take credit. I think we actually coined the term in our first ad right after I got here in Jen. We hired a new chief marketing officer, Jen Cato, and I think she was the first one that started talking about modern retailing. It's kind of become ubiquitous at this point.
Yeah.
But it really is about making the complex simple. The reality is, as this industry gets more and more complex, consumers need more and more simplicity to be able to understand. It's no secret that suppliers have been on this direct-to-consumer kick, really trying to push things direct, whether it's direct connect or to their websites. But if you look at study after study after study, especially in complex industries, consumers want choice and comparison shopping and that capability. And so there's never been a bigger need for that across the industry than there is now for whether it's tools or whether it's travel agents. The ability to provide a consumer with a comparison shopping experience is important. If you, and you take multi-source content, whether it's Edifact or NDC or low-cost carrier content or a direct API. What consumers want is they don't care how it gets delivered. They want to see everything in one place where they can make a good buying decision. I mean, if you think about going to Amazon, when you go to Amazon, buy something, you don't care whether it's an Amazon product, a product they source from someone else, actually a product that you're buying through their website to somewhere else. You don't care about that. And then the other thing you don't care about is if you want it delivered the next day, you certainly don't care whether it's FedEx or UPS or the United States Postal Service that delivers it. You just want it tomorrow.
Get it there. Yep.
And that's when we think about modern retailing. It's about comparison shopping. It's about making things simple for the consumers to make good buying decisions. I think if you wanted to simplify modern retailing to one thing, it's start with the customer.
It all starts with a sale, and it starts with the customer, right?
Absolutely.
That's great. Greg, congratulations. It
Thank
sounds
you.
like a lot of exciting things are happening at Travelport, and it's hats off to you and the entire team.
It's been great. I appreciate it.
And thanks for your time
Monisa.
today.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks.
Greg. Monisa Klein here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio.